Oh my God, I am in shock. The Indiana Fever, where have they gone well and truly into fifth? Am I right in saying that? The Indiana Fever have gone out on their own in fifth. They are 16-10. They're out on their own in fifth place. And I'm not even going to say they got screwed by the referees today because I think they did, but it wasn't malice. The referees were just shit. They were just really bad. And they were down 4 at halftime. Like at one stage in the game, the Liberty were up. What was the biggest lead the Liberty had? I'll look at ESPN for this. ESPN does a little bit better than this site. This site just works better during the games. ESPN, or not ESPN, this game here. Like, Stewie at 26. But like, the New York Liberty were up 41-29. They were up 41-29 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. In the last 22 minutes of the game, the Indiana Fever scored 79 points. What? The Indiana Fever scored 79 points in the last 22 minutes of that game. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I actually don't think I've ever seen something like that. Like, that is wild. I don't think genuinely. They put up 110 points in the game and scored and had 20. With 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, had 29. Had 29. And like suddenly we were up nearly 30. The Liberty shot 56% from 3 in the first half. They shot 56% from 3. And when it was all said and done, they went down to 41. 17 turnovers each as a team. It was sloppy. But the Fever didn't even led for less than half of the game. Oh my God. And still had a 25-point lead. Like, the Fever took the lead. What? Halfway through the third quarter, won by 25. And for the Liberty team, Stewie finished well, got a lot of free throws, and missed a lot of free throws. Jonquel Jones did not play well. Breanna, it felt like Breanna scored more than 12. It really did. The bench of the Liberty really struggled. Like, I don't understand. I think Maisha Hamilton throwing the shoe was the end. I think her throwing the shoe might have been the end of her. Because there's no other excuse for her not to play. Was she injured? I think they decided that her chucking the shoe was the end. The end of all of that from her. So Raquel was actually +1 on the floor. But Astier, I thought, started off pretty well. But for the Indiana Fever, a unbelievably good shooting performance from Sophie Cunningham again. I thought Ty Harris looked real good. Maisha Hines-Allen. I want to give credit to Maisha Hines-Allen. She was a game changer. Maisha Hines-Allen was an absolute game changer today. I don't care what anyone says. I want to give credit to MHA. I really, really want to give credit to MHA right here. And I want to say that in a way where I'm like, okay, yeah. She came in and played her role. She was today, anyway, whatever I would like to say about Maisha Hines-Allen to hype up Maisha Hines-Allen. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can say that anymore due to the new rules the WNBA have stated. If I wanted to call her, as the commentator said, call her a dog. If I wanted to call her a beast, an animal, a monster, any of those things, unfortunately, cannot be said anymore after last night. Otherwise, I might get a 1-game ban by the WNBA. However, I got to be clear. Maisha Hines-Allen is exactly what the Fever need. This is the player that this is a difference maker for the Indiana Fever. She is a difference maker. And this is what role players are supposed to do. And yes, I am somebody that just always loves the role players to play their job. Like, I'm somebody that always loves role players that can come in and be a spark. And that's what she is. KK, I thought that was much better today. I thought she was much better today in a bench role. Sophie really well. I thought Ty Harris was good. I thought Lexi Hull wasn't great. She shot the ball really well. I thought she looked near unplayable on the defensive end. Like, as bad as Caitlin Clark looked at times on defense, I thought Caitlin looked really good defensively in the second half. In the first half, Caitlin looked rough at all stages. It felt like Lexi was the worst defender on the court. Aaliyah Boston, I thought, had a really bad first half where she looked... I don't even know how to describe Aaliyah's first half. Like, she was just not present. Her and Lexi were like catching rebounds off each other. It was really weird. She just did not look present. She did not look present at all. I don't know what happened. Caitlin Clark, I thought, had a really bad first half. One of the weaker first halves that we've seen. And like, she kind of came into the fourth, and she had, I think coming into the fourth or something, she had like 8 points, 4 assists, 6 turnovers. And I'm like, she is playing way better than her stats would suggest. And then she had a really good fourth quarter. And I am happy in that way to how Caitlin Clark played, because even on an off night, she was still able to, let's be real, she was able to take over in that fourth quarter when Kelsey Mitchell was on the bench at the start. So a pretty rough shooting night in a lot of situations, but I don't mind that. Like, you're going to have bad shooting nights. You're going to have times where you're a little bit wasteful with the ball. And it's the fact that if you can have all of that and still come out with a pretty decent game. I'm not going to say a great game by her standards, but by anyone else's standards, a decent game. Poor shooting, I thought she was all right. But let's be very clear who the best damn player was on the court for the Indiana Fever today. Kelsey Mitchell. That was one of the more impressive games I've ever seen from Kelsey Mitchell, because this was a scrappy game. This was a scrappy game. Like, and the Indiana Fever just came out of it. And Caitlin sometimes struggles when a game is scrappy. But you know who doesn't? Kelsey Mitchell. In scrappy games where it really, like, where you're never going to get easy shots, where you're going to struggle to find rhythm as a player, where you're going to kind of have to fight for every basket. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't care. Kelsey Mitchell is just, for me, Kelsey Mitchell is might be the biggest quote-unquote bucket in the league. Because in these scenarios, she just runs past you. She goes to the basket. She hits these tough shots. And when she is heating up, like, Kelsey Mitchell started off this game, she ended up 10 of 14. She was 2 of 5 to start the game. She went 8 for her next 9 field goals, including, I shit you not, a 3-point shot where Breanna Steward tackled her. She tackled her. Like, Breanna Stewart literally tackled her mid-jump shot and the ball went in. What Kelsey Mitchell is able to do is incredible. It's absolutely incredible in these types of games. Is she a gunner? Yeah. So what? So I don't care. Kelsey Mitchell's job is to score. And she can, if she is the best play finisher, she was cutting back door. I did not like the first quarter. And that was a Steph White special. The first quarter offense and a bit was the Steph White special. I don't like that. I don't like Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin going your turn, my turn. I don't think it works. That being said, it's Steph White's the coach. Unfortunately, I'm not. Well, fortunately, I'm not. I don't think I can do a good job coaching this team. I'd be terrible at it. But like, I'm not a coach at this team. Stephanie White is. So that's her call. Let's go your turn, my turn. That being said, Kelsey was unbelievable. But even with Caitlin, she made 3 stupid and ones. As in, she threw up a hook. She threw up like a fadeaway off her right foot. And she threw up a sky hook. She literally shot a sky hook. And it's one of those things. We had by her standards, a decent game by Caitlin. And it's been her second best game since coming back from injury. Don't get that twisted. It's been her second best game since coming back from injury. But clearly today was the Kelsey Mitchell show. The Kelsey Mitchell show. And it worked. Fair fucks to Indiana. Great win. Great win.